Right, let's rush through this then, shall we, GP? Just check your picture, yeah?
Taking off, and it'll be about 5 minutes coming in this direction.
Oh, perfect.
Going down to the end of our 07.
Oh, perfect, really? Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
They only move about with power if they're going to go somewhere.
Is it?
Otherwise they get tugged because it's a noise pollution.
Oh,
So
of course.
if they're under their own power, they're going to go. Or they've landed, but he's just come out.
Yeah, you just come off that. Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic. So the 7 is coming this way, yeah?
Yeah, 07
yes,
is
yes,
that
yes.
way.
That's where I was for the B2 down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
How long have you been here?
3 years.
3 years? Yeah. Excellent. I'm Jerry.
Oh, nice to meet you. I watch you guys quite a lot.
Oh, fantastic. Well, yeah, there we go.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So I just spoke to Chris.
Bowen, yeah, the pilot.
Yeah. The pilot who's going to be doing the fly pass, apparently Lee.
Yes, yeah.
It's his first name anyway.
Yeah,
And then, of course, we're going to maybe speak to some loadmasters, but to be honest with you, in terms of the aircraft, a technician is what we're really looking for in terms of, and that technician will probably have information on its loading capacity and training for like high-speed drops and stuff like that.
Yeah, the loadmaster will know about.
Okay, well let's have a word with him and.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's nice.
Are we still good, GP? So when these guys come out, are they, that's the group they're waiting to go in, or is there up?
There's half of the people up the front. Yeah, I'm one of the media officers, so me and the other lady who's been walking around with the blue shirt on is the other one.
There's also somebody here who has this sort of like
the aircraft unit. No, not me. So I know that all of our aircraft units are aboard A400 are planning to be the flight master on Monday. That's the plan. So if the service is really good to go, they will be. I don't know about the others.
they use them as the
Probably, but I don't know. It might be used. I don't know. It's skinny stuff. I like that you know that. Good knowledge.
they also
Tin, but that's run by Titan.
Yes, indeed.
But it's hard to tell the difference unless you can tell that the F-beam is bigger.
Yes. Oh, the 321's run by Titan.
Yeah, the 321.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so ours is a Voyager A330, and then
It's shown black now. The
Which one?
321.
no, she's painted up almost exactly.
No, the 321 is all black.
She's all black
She
now.
has.
We saw her in. When did we see her recently?
We did. What's that?
I mean, it was here like a couple of weeks ago, so it was,
Oh,
honestly,
really?
it's identical to that. Yeah, the livery is almost the only difference I can spot is the fact that that's got a tail on it that says ZZ336. And the other
Okay, so it hasn't been painted then. There must be another one then.
Somebody gave us stuff info.
Yeah, somebody gave us stuff info. Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously that's used for the government.
Yep.
So they potentially could be carrying a delegation on there one day and refueling a couple of Typhoons the next.
Absolutely, yeah. It gets used for air refueling a lot of the time. Performs its main role as a Voyager very frequently, and then when needed, it is a VIP transport.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's royal family.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I mean, look, as a Typhoon pilot or anybody else filling up from her, you're coming up behind it, or you're at the side of it. You're like, well, hey, look at this, you know. You good?
No, it's
Yeah, it was only literally kind of a year ago that they retired the last of the Hercs, wasn't it?
It was last summer.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And this is,
Was
was
it
it
2023? I think.
was it 2023? Was it that recent? Maybe it was another country that were retiring their Hercs. I'm sure there was
So it was us.
quite
we
a big
did
thing
do
with.
it, but the years roll into one, and I.
it's not a job for them.
Yeah, but this is this certainly seems to be it's slightly larger than the Herc, but slightly between the Herc and the C-17, isn't it, in terms of its size and dimensions and
yeah.
capacity, and it's those blades though, mate. That's why we went. That's why I want to talk to get a techie on it. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just move these sticks. Jilly, pick your bag up, mate. Oh, we need to keep an eye on that. We need to keep an eye on that aircraft going out. Have you got any sort of like flight radar 24 type?
Just gonna have a look. Yeah.
Put the sticks up at height, Jimmy.
I mean, it's ready to go, I reckon.
Okay. Let's shoot it. Let's move that a little bit further. Just get it so it goes. Oh, jeez.
Can you stop moving?
So I can't move, no? Oh my God, really?
So Dennis is going to do one more TV interview here, then he's going to do around the other side to do some photos, then he's available to do walk and talk bits.
Okay.
So we're trying to avoid him going up and down the ramp several times,
Yeah.
obviously. So.
Oh, what, the elderly gentleman?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's what you
okay,
want.
yeah.
Who else do you want? Someone else?
We're kind of, I think Chris has got the crew together over there for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Let me go and have a quick chat with
You
him.
do what you want to do with him.
Okay,
yeah?
thanks. Yeah, no, he needs to.
We can't all. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
We're trying to overtax. Stop overtaxing.
Yeah, don't worry
yeah.
about me. I'm, because.
You want more modern day stuff.
Well, not so much that. It's just
Did
I
you know
think
we've got the gentleman that's fourth generation serving on board
Wow,
the aircraft as
really?
well. His dad. He's an engineer
So-
on this squadron.
So what's his history in terms of the first generation?
The first one was World War I. So if you want that, it's a really
Sop
lovely
with
story.
camels or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, and he's here with his dad. So
Wow.
he's got 2 out of the 4 generations
Wow,
here.
that's amazing.
I'm just saying, it might be useful to get in and do the family story, because it's quite lovely, and also, you know, yeah. So that might be a nice thing for you guys.
Okay. Jilly, are you...
He's sat just there in the blue uniform. If you want to.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello.
So you're walking with me, Jilly? Is it freezing? Is it freezing?
Twice we've got it.
Can I walk and have a go? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just have a drink of water because it's getting a little bit stressful, isn't it? You know. But it's perfectly well connected. That's C connection. It's certainly not the lead. It's got to be the. It's got to be the.
They're not meant. These aren't meant for looking around.
What, the yellow box? Really?
Just checking your mates.
Right, folks. I'm just gonna we're gonna sort of like blag this. I've got Chris over here, who's one of the pilots, but we believe we've got Lee as well, who's going to be flying the aircraft for the display, well, the fly past in London. You good? We'll have a go. Hello again, Chris. How you doing? How you doing? Hello, sir.
Hi, how's Steve?
Steve,
How you
I'm
doing?
Jerry.
How you doing?
It's
You
great
all
you've
right?
got your badge on there, isn't it? Nice to meet you. So how long have you been with the RAF then? What's your sort of like background?
You might want to ask Steve, he's got more time than I have.
Oh, so I've been in the Air Force almost 34 years now. Started off on the C-130K, then C-130J, and now the A400. Yeah,
Nice.
amassed over 10,000 flying hours over my career, which is, you know, almost 34 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. Wow, what a life. And of course, what about the A400 in terms of its differences between certainly power and capabilities compared to the C-130?
Oh, massive. I mean, I've been lucky enough to do both types of the Hercules we've had, but the A400 in terms of its legs and the amount it can carry is
Yeah.
phenomenal, and the power
Yeah.
obviously is there.
Yeah.
We get there a lot faster, we carry a lot more freight, so that part of it is absolutely fantastic with the aircraft.
So I guess in terms of its Airbus, of course, I guess in terms of the advancements of, because the C-130 is an old aeroplane, isn't it? I mean, we're talking this 50s, 60s,
Yeah, so
50s.
Yeah, 50s technology.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, absolutely incredible. I mean, I guess the later ones had some kind of glass on them, did they? Or
Yeah. So it was glass cockpit,
Right.
The J model, and obviously we went from a 5-man crew on the K model down to a 3-man crew
Yeah.
on the J model because of all the
Yeah.
advancement and all the technology.
Yes.
And a lot of the technology from the J model you can actually see on the A400.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was quite easy to transition then, or well, not so much easy,
not
but
so much, 'cause
but
this-
made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I mean
or-
for the pilots on the J and the K it was a yoke, and on this thing it's
of course,
a
you got the side stick,
yeah, so
which doesn't make a great deal of difference, does it? Or is it?
you'll have to ask the pilot that.
Okay, yeah. But she's obviously got the same kind of short strip capability like the C-130, but probably better with the power delivery.
Oh, definitely, and we can also deliver more freight into a short or austere area.
Yes. So, but in terms of dropping it from an altitude, so to speak, that's that needs some kind of skill in terms of keeping it straight and level while the doors come open. When the door comes open at altitude, does it upset the aircraft at all, or
No, not at all.
Not at
'cause
all. Wow.
Honestly, once you open up, you're not flying max chat.
Yeah.
You're slowing down to be within the parameters of the aircraft to actually open up. So you're actually at a lower speed
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
airdrop. But you know, it can drop 24 one-ton containers, which, believe it or not, even though it's a bigger aircraft, is actually the same as the C-130.
That's incredible. And is that when that dispersal of the freight, is that literally a latch that lets everything go? Like in the old days, they used to push them out, didn't they? But
Unfortunately, I'm not qualified airdrop on this.
Okay, right.
Where I was on the C-130.
I see.
But,
Okay.
So you'd have to speak to someone that is qualified.
yeah, okay. And is it Lee that's going to be? He's up there, is it? Is it Lee? I think he's.
Lee's upstairs. So,
Yeah, he's going to be the one doing the fly past as well. So
Yeah, and
is he?
I'll be doing the fly past also.
Oh, really? Oh, excellent. That's even better. Thank you, Steve. So we'll be able to get your details, your full details, before the fly past, so I can give you guys a mention, so to speak.
Yeah, I think was it Anita and Jack. I think they've got our bios. I think we've sent them
Perfect,
bios,
perfect.
All our details will be on that. It's only a short.
Shame you can't, just as you come over Buck Palace, shame you can't give it one of those a little bit.
I think it's going to be interesting on Monday because obviously it's going to be a bit warm.
Okay,
And
so a
during the
bit of
practice-
thermal.
Yeah, so obviously we're going to be quite close to the Voyager. So like if we were tanking sort of thing,
Yes.
maybe a bit closer. But if it's a bit too bumpy, we'd have to come back a little bit. 'cause
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah. Because you got prop wash as well. I mean, it's no different really than jet wash, really, is it? But in terms of turbulent air behind you, you know, the wake, so to speak. How far apart are you in the?
I don't know because obviously we're close to the. When we did the practice, we didn't see anything else because we just had the Voyager in front.
Oh, I
we
see.
Were following, so I couldn't see what was behind. So I don't know what the separation is.
Yeah. But really good fun to be able to do it. Is this the first time you've done it?
For VE Day, so it's an absolute honour for me to be doing it for the 80th, especially with my time in the Air Force coming to a close.
Yeah.
And obviously both my grandfathers were in the Second World War as well.
Oh.
So unfortunately then they're no longer with us, but it's a great honour.
Was that Bomber Command or?
No, one of my granddads, my namesake granddad, he was in Palestine fighting.
Wow.
And my granddad was my mum's dad, he was a tank commander in France.
Wow. That's crazy. And to think that you could carry one of those tanks in here.
Not quite.
Not quite? No.
Not quite.
They're more than 35. Is it 35 tons you got?
We can take a maximum of 37 tons.
Okay.
But I think the biggest thing we actually carry at the moment is a thing called an Oshkosh, which is like a fuel tanker, and that's at about 31 tons.
Wow.
And that absolutely fills the freight bay.
Wow. Because you could get like an Apache in here, couldn't you? Because that's only like 5.5 tons, isn't it?
Yeah. Our normal load for helicopters, we normally take the Wildcat. And all its ancillaries, so we take one of those and all its bits.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, it's been great to meet you, Steve. Thank you so much. There's somebody that can take us around the aircraft in terms of its, before we go up and see Lee and on the flight deck. Is there, oh, cool, excellent, excellent. So one of the, I guess, during your, are we walking slowly, Jilly? Sorry, she's not stalking me. This is Jilly, by the way, who's my technical director, and we're live at the moment. So you're live to the world.
Oh, right.
So you can say hello to your mum.
Hi, Mum, how you doing?
So she's a big bird, isn't she? Completely different design than the Herc, the C-130. Other than this, really.
Massive. I mean, if you look at the C-17, there's a little bit of similarity apart from the size. Obviously, we're like a baby.
Yes.
And we've got props and not jet engines.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, a little bit smaller.
Yeah, it's got a very, very similar tail to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even sometimes when they fly over my house, I mistake it if I can't hear it.
Yes, yes. They got a very high pitch initially when they come over, and then as they go off into the distance, you get that prop sound. Yeah, she's beautiful. And of course, the later Hercs had the carbon blades on them, didn't they?
Yes,
they had the
yeah,
refit.
it was a 6-bladed prop.
Yeah.
But I believe Lockheed have upgraded that, and they've actually got an 8-bladed prop now.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a work of art, isn't it? That blade.
I mean, this thing is so much more powerful. I mean, we normally cruise at around 0.68, 0.69 Mach, which is really quick for a prop aircraft.
That's very quick.
But we can go up to 0.72.
Really?
Yeah.
You're almost getting that's commercial airliner sort of
almost,
like. Yeah. That's fantastic. And she's very responsive. I mean, what's interesting is the turning capability of her. She obviously better than the Herc. Because I know the Herc could stop on a dime, and in displays was really good.
Yeah, this thing can stop on a dime. I mean, I did the TAC demo on the C-130J for like 3 years, and obviously we had light fuel loads and everything, so we could absolutely show off the capability.
Right.
And this thing is like immensely, easily the same.
So when you say you were, was it TAC demo, did you say?
Yeah. So
is that you doing flight displays at air shows as well?
Yeah, so what we used to do is we used to have 2 Land Rovers down the back.
Yep.
And we used to fly around, do the show, land tactically, drop it off, reverse up the runway, and then take off the way we could.
That's on the Herc?
That was on the Herc.
Mate, I think I probably saw you do that.
Maybe, yeah.
Back in the 90s, 80s. Yeah, back in the Vulcan days, you know. Yeah, wow. Well, when the Vulcan was still flying.
Yeah, I mean, this could do this, and I think it could probably outperform the C-130.
I have no doubt. I mean, but in terms of, you know, the fact that you've flown her in a formation / display, so you've put her to a limit in terms of turning and
not this one.
No. Okay, but the C-130.
Yeah.
Okay. But like you say, you have no doubt that this would probably perform a little bit better.
Yeah.
We all love the Herc, don't get me wrong.
I've been 29 years on the Herc.
Yeah. We might have somebody right now, BA Captain Scott Bateman, who flew the Herc as well.
Scott Bateman, we were loadmasters together on 47 in the
No way! Yeah. Isn't that insane? I met a ex-Bomber Command 460 Squadron Lancaster rear gunner at a book signing. He'd signed my book, and I kind of moved on a little bit, and I was interested in what he had done, you know, because he flew the full 30 raids, and I just said to him, so what did you do after the war? He said, oh, I kept on flying, and I said, oh, that's interesting. Who did you fly with then? He was like, British Eagle. I was like, oh wow, really? That's crazy. My dad flew British Eagle on the Britannias. He said, oh, what was his name? I said, Robin Dyer. He goes, no, he's my loadmaster. Sorry, I was his loadmaster. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
Just
I know,
like you
yeah.
with Scott Bateman.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that was well before he was a pilot.
Yes, fantastic. So anyway, let's have a little walk round her. I mean, obviously short takeoff and landing capability, dirty strips and big, holes in the ground. Well, not literally like that, but
no. So obviously our normal practicing, we sort of go to Pembury Sands and we'll do our non-normal strip landers practice on the beach.
Oh really?
Yeah, so at night and day.
Wow, so she operates well on the sand then?
Yep.
Really? That's incredible. Oh man, we've got to do that, haven't we? Oh, we've got to do that, haven't we? We have totally got to do that. Oh, we'd love to come and see that.
Yeah, actually on the beach, watch us do the landing.
Wow, yeah. That's so that's land, roll for a bit and take off, or just literally?
And sometimes they'll land on, stop, turn around, take off again.
Fantastic! Wow, that is amazing. So there must even on. I mean, regardless of the conditions in terms of wet or dry sand.
Well, it has to be a certain compactness. So
yes,
if it's too wet, we wouldn't go on.
Too dry, it'll sink.
Yeah. Well, too wet, it'll sink. But
don't get any traction, do you? Really?
So it's awkward because sometimes we can have awful times of the day or night when we have to go because obviously the tide times, you have to wait till the tide's out.
Yes.
And then you have to wait for the sand to go out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Can we move out? Okay. Oh, it's the old gentleman being interviewed.
Yeah,
so what's that? Is that must be quite fun for you then, doing that kind of operation, is it?
Yeah. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're not
absolutely.
on a normal runway.
No, absolutely. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
In fact, I've just started simming, so Jilly, there's a potential sim challenge for the future. I think that's very advanced though, because that takes some skill, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And those engines are just, they're British engines, I believe, aren't they? They're not like the Rolls-Royce or, it is a Rolls-Royce, is it? Oh, okay. I knew they were British. It may be that may have been the name of the...
The wings, I believe, were built in Filton, because my next door neighbour was one of the
yes.
designers for Airbus.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, they are. So...
it's obviously international, well, big European effort.
Yes.
So I've just taken one down to Getafe to have its upgrade. So every so often we have to take an aeroplane down and it'll have what we call retrofit. So it'll have all its upgrades. So we've just done
and that'll be
to 6 months.
Oh, okay, so that could be engine
like
upgrades or software, right? Yeah.
Anything that they change down the back.
Yes.
Like lighting.
Because Rolls-Royce are always sort of like, these are plug and update, aren't they? Really, some of these the command systems that they use on.
Yeah.
them.
So there's a computer on board the aircraft.
Yeah.
And when even if we have a fault, but we don't see it because
Rolls-Royce see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can do the download and go, oh look, this is what happens to that engine.
Incredible, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's a great bit of kit. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the services that obviously big companies like Rolls-Royce offer. They're monitoring these engines all the time when they're active. But yeah, that's fantastic. She's a bit smoky on takeoff, but only a little bit.
Yeah.
Only a little bit. Well, yeah. Certainly not.
Like an old car. But
yeah, certainly not a 767. That's for sure. Yeah, no, these are Filton built, these wings, aren't they? Yeah. And then they are assembled. Where's the assembly for? It's definitely not Toulouse, is it?
Seville?
Is it? Maybe. Yeah, Spain. Yeah. So what was your first time? Remember when, obviously before you flew her, did you do any sim or did you get jumped straight on her?
No. So when I finished on the C-130 4 years ago, it was basically there was a space for me as a master aircrew on the A400. Even though I didn't want to go, I wanted to stay on the Herc.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, the out of service date was announced for the C-130, so I made the jump because I wanted to carry on flying. Because I joined the Air Force as aircrew, I don't want to be flying a desk. So, and I've been very, very, very lucky. I've never had a ground tour in the whole of my 34 years. Yeah. Which is sort of unheard of.
Yeah, keep on flying, man. Keep on flying.
Although I think next year they've got different plans for people.
Well, she certainly is, like you say, a beautiful aircraft, and but like I said, when you flew it for the first time, did you sort of like, whoa? It's like getting in a sports car kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
in terms of the torque to power to weight ratio.
Yeah, no, it's a different scale. I mean,
you're like, whoa!
I remember when it went from the K model to the J model, and it was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
And then you get used to it, and you think, oh,
Yeah.
And then when my first, we were very light, we were empty.
Oh.
and it was like a rocket ship. Yeah, it's like this is amazing.
That is. I bet she climbs well as well,
Yeah,
doesn't she?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. So that would have been almost like a shock treatment sort of thing. To like, we've got an e-car as well, an electric car, well, a hybrid, and the power, the delivery is incredible. So I'm guessing that maybe these big props, because they're far bigger in terms of the fan of a C-17, for example, they're only little Pratt & Whitney 2000s, and or those the Rolls-Royce Trent 700s on the Vespina and all that. But these are massive. So the initial, because on a jet plane, on a big airplane, when you power it up, there's always that lag, isn't there?
Oh, you still get, you get,
oh,
you
do
still
you?
get lag. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because obviously as you put the power on, the pitch of the blade changes.
Right.
So
yes.
So there's going to be that fine out. It's like like you said about an e-car, whereas you've got a petrol car, you've got a little bit of a lag. Whereas electric car,
it's
the power.
boom straight out.
So
yeah.
This is like you have got a little bit of a.
Right. You still got the lag.
Yep.
So the throttle is linked to the prop pitch, is what you're saying. And of course, that's all by computer. Because in the old days, you would control the pitch, wouldn't you?
And you'd have a flight engineer looking at all the dials.
Yes.
But not on this thing.
Flight engineer. On the original Hercs, did they have flight engineer?
Yeah. So the K model was flight engineer.
Because my old man flew DC-8s with
so
flight
the
engineer.
engineer was sort of calling out the torque as the pilots were putting on the power.
Yes. Wow. Bit like the old Lancs with the well, they had to do the checks before they went out, the magnetos, and because you don't want to blow a magneto on with 100 tons of no. But so you've carried everything from what's the sort of like most exotic thing that you maybe have carried on here, or is it kind of the same sort of?
Well, no, because I did Sudan, the evacuation of Sudanese. So it's 121 people on board. And we had only the side seats fitted, and we got 232 people out.
Wow, that's fantastic,
so that was
mate.
That was a couple of years
Oh,
ago,
that you must have felt great about that.
Yeah. We went in a few times an airfield called Wadi Salina in Sudan to bring out the British nationals. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. And in terms of the biggest, you haven't done the airdrop, have you? You haven't done an airdrop.
Not qualified on this
Okay,
one, no.
ground drop, ground as in. Well, mind you, that's just cargo
Just
loading and unloading
it.
Not at speed. No. Have you not thought about going to that level, or are you not?
No, only because of the amount of time I've got left.
Okay.
So I feel that it's more prudent to the girls that work under me for them to have the courses instead of me wasting.
Yes.
Precious training
with
such a short time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And in terms of pilot recruitment and new pilots coming through the system, I was down at a show the other week, and there was like 4 guys there, 4 youngsters, sort of like 15, 16, and I said, you're going to be pilots, and they were all like, yeah, I am, and then the other guy was like, no, I'm RAF. So I was like, fantastic, get yourself there, because there needs to be that continual recruitment drive, because people are retiring.
And not just for pilots, but loadmasters. For the Air Force in general. I mean, my daughter's joining the Air Force later in the year, so
fantastic. So another generation. Wow, that is brilliant. That's brilliant. Awesome. Right, let's have a little walk round her then. So gear up relatively quick. She goes up. Do they get up quick?
Yep.
I guess you kind of need to in an environment where you need to get the gear up.
Yeah.
And she'll fly obviously a lot smoother. In terms of air to air.
Yep.
You've done that?
Yep.
That's awesome. Now that takes some skill, doesn't it?
Yeah,
actually lining it all up. And
yeah. So
hold it steady.
The co-pilot will guide the captain in. So he'll just have a reference, and they'll guide it in.
Is there a head-up display system that?
They got that. There is a head-up display, which when you go up, you see it. It's down, but they fly with that, but they look through that.
Right. Yeah, because the tail dragging variants have a little screen on the flight deck, don't they? Where they just sort of like use a little...
So the Voyager will have a TV camera on it. So
Yeah. Have you done that one? Have you done
the Voyager?
No. No, but how long did it take you to qualify, so to speak, or type rate on being able to air to air?
No, that's the pilot's job.
Oh, okay. Right, I gotcha. Yeah. It's a big old thing, though. I guess that can take quite a fair amount of fuel, can't it? At any 1 second, I think they pump it through with pressure of some kind of crazy atmospheric pressure into there and load it up with like 5 tons in about 2 minutes or something.
I think if I remember right, it's something like a ton a minute.
Yes, a ton a minute. That's insane. We need to.
Yeah.
You need to when you've got a whole string of other ones waiting.
Especially when you're trying to take 16, 17 tons on.
Exactly. Wow. And so the cameras. I noticed we've got some cameras up there, which are observation cameras.
What's that?
Yeah. Is that a camera?
No, that's part of our defence base.
Oh, okay. That's some kind of like some kind of like radar intercepting beacony type thing. And that as well, or the one on the side?
That one? Yeah, it's part of that as well.
Yeah. I think most. I do keep going back to the engines because they're a big old lump, aren't they? Yeah.
So we burn about, for the 4 engines, we work on about burning 4 tons of fuel an hour. So it's a thirsty beast.
Yeah, that is pretty thirsty in terms of.
Not as thirsty as the C-17, but
no,
it is quite thirsty.
Well, I mean that was
2 tons. We used to swing on about 2 tons an hour. This is 4 tons an hour. Wow. But if you think about the amount of freight we can carry, more.
Yes.
Get there faster, get higher.
Absolutely.
It actually makes
it all at the end of the day, it all leads to it being far more efficient.
Yep.
And in terms of the flight deck, which we'll go up and have a little look at some point, in terms of the flight deck, I'm guessing because it's Airbus, it's sort of like very much linked to why it would be any different than the commercial flight deck, if you see what I mean. You know, the A350 or because this is probably 330.
A380.
It's A380 technology.
Yeah, when you go there, you look for 8, but there's just a few bits taken out because obviously it's a bit smaller than an
That
A380
is
cockpit.
very interesting. So it's based on the A380 flight deck. Wow. Or the cockpit itself. Yeah, the instruments. Yeah. Right, the ergonomics of it. Yes. Right. And of course, the aircraft itself will, the computers will balance the aircraft out if you're on a. Oh, look at that! Isn't that nice? Now this fella is. What's his history? Because Alex told me. Have you got?
So I was chatting to Dennis, and he said he was a radio operator.
Oh wow!
And he jumped into. He was saying that he jumped into Normandy a couple of weeks after it happened.
When you say a radio operator, are you saying a ground op or a ground op? Yeah, wow. He was dropped into Normandy after the landings to obviously set up radio communications and probably in very harsh environments.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, because you're still going to have a few snipers around, aren't you? Wow. History, mate. There's so few of them left now, unfortunately. My old mate Dave, who was the Bomber Command rear gunner, he was he loved to talk. He loved to get down the pub and have a chat about his experiences. How harrowing it must have been in those days. So there's our pilot Lee, who's going to be flying it. Is it?
He'll be in the CM3. So we got 2 pilots. So we'll have the left-hand seat will be the captain, the right-hand seat co-pilot, and he'll be sat in CM3 just monitoring.
I see. Okay. So you and Lee, is it? Or the other? Is it? So he's in the right-hand seat.
No. So Lee. So it's just Lee, the guy that was stood there.
Yep.
He'll be in the middle seat, just
observing,
assisting the pilots.
And you're up front.
No. So I'll be obviously helping look out and everything else. But
yes.
I'm on board to deal with any help with any in-flight
C-17.
Any in-flight emergencies.
Yeah, can we quickly nip up to the flight deck just to get an idea of that? It'll literally, we'll do 2 seconds. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, mate. Alex, we're just going to flight deck 2 minutes, yeah? You're not coming up, Jilly? I think you should. No, because it's steps. We'll just have to risk it. Yeah. I should really be able to come to you, shouldn't I?
You got that guy there.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Yeah, not bad. You?
Come on in, G2F.
Oh wow, it is a 380 flight deck, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Look at that, that's insane.
Lifted straight off of it.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
never
Lawrence,
would have
by the
thought
way,
that.
buddy.
Sorry mate, I'm Jerry. Nice to
Nice to
meet
meet
you.
you, Jerry. Cool, what would you like to
You
get
fly
out
this
of it?
thing then?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. You're not very old, are you? You're in your
Oh,
20s?
God bless you, I'm nearly 32.
I have fair play,
I've
mate.
had an easy shift.
Well, I'm 61, so not a lot of people
No,
believe
you're
that.
not.
Yeah, I am, yeah. Mate, this
okay,
is... You,
fair play.
I was talking to Chris about how you can literally throw this thing around.
Yeah,
You know, in
carefree
terms of its-
handling. Yeah,
Do you find that that's... Because he's come off the Herc, but in terms of the stick control rather over the yoke control,
Yeah.
I guess they're much the same. It's just ergonomically, it's
I think
a
it's
bit
much
nicer, isn't
nicer.
it? Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
much nicer. And it means that the workspace you've got in front of you is actually a workspace rather than a depleted vision.
Yeah, you got the pull-out table and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
on
so-
long haul and well, not
Yeah, yeah.
long haul, but you
Well,
know,
better than that, if you're running checklists, so you can either run it on an iPad, which you would glue into the window, but let's say you're doing search and rescue for a survivor in the water, you don't want to take up half your window with an iPad. So in that instance, if we're in the Falklands, we've printed out and laminated some paper ones that just flow from checklist to checklist. Get the table out, stick it there, and it's in front of you.
yeah. So you've got a manual idea, almost kind of like, you know, a navigation chart is what. Yeah.
Exactly, and it means that your capacity to therefore do your job to the best of your ability is optimised at every stage.
Wow.
And it's simple little things they do, you know. So for example, cockpit uses it's called black cockpit.
Oh, we got to go.
Oh, you
We've got to go, mate. Oh,
for it. Lovely
listen,
to meet you.
listen. Nice to meet you, mate.
nice to meet you.
We're going to probably do some other stuff, so you need to. I need to speak to you.
You're being called.
Yeah, I'm going, mate. I'm going. Just that's my channel, mate. Go to YouTube and then contact me.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate. We're live now, by the way. No, I can't miss the C-17, mate. Chris, that was brief, but mate, thank you so much.
I'm glad I did a
Really
good one.
interesting, and we'll be back to do some more stuff with you.
Perfect. I'll see you later. Look
Thanks,
after
Chris,
yourself.
mate. Cheers. I gave you stickers, yeah?
Hey,
Did I give you stickers?
I'll always take free stickers.
Here's some for the crew, man.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you hand them out. Don't send them down the
I'll
pub.
sell them, mate. Pound to go. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, how about that? Oh, that was brief. He was good. He was good. He was a good talker, that pilot, mate. Youngster, isn't he? Lucky sod. But I wanted to talk to him like I talked to Chris, because he's obviously he might be trained up for dropping at altitude. Yes. Are we walking or? We walking? Where's this Jilly sticks?
Yeah,
Our sticks are over there.
Oh, yeah, let's go then, yeah.
Yeah. Are we walking there then? Oh, okay. Wow. Lastminute.com, but how much worth it was that? Didn't realise there were rollers on there, but you know, never been. Hello, mate.
I'm a big fan. Hi, Charlie.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it, mate.
Can I get
Hello,
a
mate.
photo of my colleague Ben with you?
I love
Is
your
that
stuff.
all right?
Yeah, of course you can. You're
Yeah,
live
he's
now, mate. You're live
Oh,
now.
lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Exciting. This is as big as it gets for him. Just a quick one.
Wait.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Here's some stickers,
Oh,
fella.
we love that. Cheers. Take it back.
Nice to see you,
man,
mate.
mate.
Thanks a lot.
Big use of that, mate. Thank you.
Are we leaving you now?
Apparently so.
Oh.
Yeah, C-17 time.
Thank you for all your help.
No worries, I hope you got what you needed.
Nice to see you.
There's the other group coming.
Oh, there's the other group now, look.
So you're gonna walk through the grass. Walk through the grass. Yes.
Walk through the grass, brilliant. Oh, just let me shoot that across there, Jilly. Yeah. See, all the other journos are just like, you know, standard. Standard. Oh, oh no, we're not going to get lost again, Jilly. It's down here, isn't it? Jilly, it's down here. Jilly. It's down here.
Yeah, if you head to Alex. Wait, so yeah,
I'm gonna, yeah. I'm going down to Alex.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Aircraft Laboratory Services. God, blimey, it's a hot one, mate. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
We just wanted to get a little bit. Oh, look at this! I love it. We're walking across a meadow.
Yeah. Cool. Right, we'll head back over.
Alex, thanks, mate.
No worries, dude.
Get in touch with me, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do. Keith's going to bring you back over in a minute.
Okay,
so when
awesome.
you're done over there, we'll see you in the stand.
All right, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks. Okay. Bit of wildlife, Jilly.
I think you guys were the last of
I
your
like
group,
it.
were you?
I think so, yes. Yeah. We normally are.
Fine. Well, hopefully over here won't take as long as that side because
Yes.
we're a veteran this side.
Yeah. Oh, I'll stay as long as I like, as long as you let me.
Yeah,
Is basically. We're going to the one on the right, yeah.
This one,
Okay, yeah.
76.
Okay, that's interesting. They're offloading.
Loading.
Oh, are they loading?
Yeah.
Are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this one we've got so a pilot who will be flying the C-17 on the day of the fly past.
Perfect.
A couple of load masters who they're the guys who work down the back and have been involved in something before. I think one of them has. We've got another pilot who is he does loads of stuff with the squadron. Like he's flight commander, and then just hang on a second, just all go over together.
Come on, Jilly.
And then we've got the boss of the squadron. She won't be flying in the flight past, but she's in charge of it all. And
Awesome.
part of all the planning and everything like that.
Awesome. Part of the planning, yeah. So she may be able to give us names of the crews that are flying. Not just these ones, but where are we going to be able to get a overall? I guess that's MOD, isn't it?
So yeah, we'll be releasing all that in good time. I mean, we can already say things like the types of aircraft that are going to be involved.
Yeah.
There's going to be 23 in total.
RAF, BBMF included in that?
Yeah, so the Lancaster.
Nice, Lanc and the Spit, and the Hurricane.
No,
Oh.
so the fighters will be doing stuff further up north, and the Lanc will be doing London. So it's one of those things where there's so many events, you can't be everywhere. all
No,
over the
absolutely.
place.
But we've got a couple of Eurofighters, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and some
35.
helicopters.
No helicopters for this one, but they'll be doing King's birthday fly past. But
So we've got 23 aircraft in this. Right. Does that include the Red Arrows or
Yeah.
not? It does. So that 23 includes the Red Arrows. They're not included as one.
no, so they're 9.
Okay.
So yeah, so to do some outside, we can do some inside. Probably a bit quieter inside.
Well, that's all right. It's just, okay. So there's a loading going on. It's just a little bit of an airfield, sort of like. There's our 400 that we've just come off. Some C-17s over there. I don't know what the number of C-17 versus A400s is in terms of, you know, whether there's more C-17s or more A400s. I would have said more A400s probably. Of course, we've got the tankers, the MRTTs, multi-role transport tanker, I think it is. But you can see there on the wing. Now that wing is the same as the A340 wing, which can house an extra engine. And as you can see there, that is the pylon point for the extra engine, but they're using that to secure and hang the refueling line from. But I think now the question is, yes, I think they are. Of course, the A400, I think, or the C-17, one of the two can be adapted for air-to-air refueling. I think it's the A400 actually, or is it? Maybe the other way around. But of course, there is Vespina that Chris was talking about, or Alex was talking about, in terms of our other MRTT, but primarily used for air-to-air refueling. That's a training flight, I think. But there is Vespina A330 used for air-to-air refueling, but also used as a government jet, so to speak. And here is our C-17 with Pratt & Whitney PW 2000s. So that's the same engine as you would find on the 757, 767. No, possibly 757, I think, but obviously smaller than the PW 4000. But look at the multi-blades on it. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the future this aircraft is upgraded with its engines, because they're kind of like, that's sort of old technology, although, you know, you can still get a brand new 767 cargo jet with Pratt & Whitney engines on it. So yeah, but let's have a little walk up to the. Tell you what I do want to do, Jilly, just quickly. I'll just go and drink a water because. Excuse me, folks. Yes. Just ask. Just make sure that he's all right with you doing that. Okay, go on then. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Definitely pilot material, isn't he? So, how surprising to see that. Well, not surprising really. The A400M flight deck. I'm guessing there's a lot of you guys out there who knew that already, but was very. It was a great surprise for me to see that cockpit layout and how advanced it is when you consider the last time I saw something like that was probably. I would imagine. Actually, I think it might have been the C-17. If that's the case, it's more a Boeing flight deck, of course. Which, let's have a little look, and I wonder if it's going to be based on sort of 767 front end. It's got a very bulbous nose on it, very much sort of like, yeah, kind of 767 look about it, doesn't it? That very front end section. Certainly, the window. Cockpit layout is similar, and the nose as well. And yeah, obviously she's a lot more squat to the ground. Got a big set of undercarriage. Interesting that the A400 is running three either side, aren't they? Whereas this is running. Interestingly, we're within the cones. That's good. We're within the cones. Let's just have a look at this undercarriage, because look at that. Look at that, isn't that interesting? Now I know there's going to be a lot of people, yeah, I knew that, didn't you know that, Jerry? You should have known that. But look at that undercarriage configuration, isn't that interesting? Never seen that before. So basically what we've got here is like a 767 undercarriage on the outer section, and then this almost adapted second set of two, I wouldn't say bogey wheels. I'm guessing that's just for balance purposes. I'm guessing. Look at that. Oh, I can't really get it because of their line. But yeah, of course she folds see how. Yeah. There you go. And now when you look at it from that profile, there you go. Never seen that before. I know there's a lot of people out there. Yeah, Jerry, didn't you know that? You should know that, Jerry. Really. I've known that since. But so what this system does, pulls it to the left. But I'm just trying to see how it actually. Intrigued to know, because what I'm saying is that the hole doesn't look big enough for the gear here. I'm guessing that the doors have but it's only the rounded section, and you can see how far out the wheel set protrudes. So obviously it folds up like that in some way. But yeah, there you go. There's the struts up there that fold it upwards, that pull it up. And then I'm guessing, wow, that's not on any kind of linkage there, isn't it? So that is completely, hold on a minute. I've got it. Okay, see this wheel here? That is, believe it or not, on an axle. And there's the rotation right there. So this thing basically slides like that, and that's why there's a big gap here, because that's where that one goes. So let's have a look if the same is for the back. Yes, it is. Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. That it has a different. Oh, hold on a minute. Yes, I tell you what it is. That one also folds forward. That one also folds forward, the one at the back there. Yeah, totally. Okay, we've got it now. Look at that. We have to... It's crazy, isn't it? So when the gear is extended, those doors open, allowing the gear, and of course, once the gear folds up, along and out, like that, then obviously that comes down basically, and the hatch closes. And the size of this tail is so impressive, isn't it? Kind of very similar to the A400. That's why sometimes you kind of have a, depending on the altitude or the angle that you're looking at it, you kind of have to double look sometimes. So there are a number of squadrons that are based here, which operate. I guess there's 2 main squadrons, is it? Or maybe 3 main squadrons, because you've obviously got the MRTT squadrons, or squadron, main squadron. You've got the, I think there's a 24 squadron here. And if you look back at the history, folks, of the squadrons, let me just see if I can find it on my phone. Hold on a minute. What's up? C-17, 5 minutes out landing. Who said that? Neil Christensen. Okay, thank you, Neil. We've got a C-17 on approach, folks. Jill, like 1 minute, like 500 feet. People need to let you know, because if he's 5 minutes out, I can't just stand and wait for him. But we'll try and get it. So the Boeing C-17 here. Let's. Oh no, it was RAF BRIZE Norton. Here we go. The station. Okay. Commanded by Group Captain Louise Henton. Who's based here? 10 Squadron, 24 Squadron, 30 Squadron. But some of these here, I saw this one, it was 101. Was it 101? And their previous history, Canberra B2s, Vulcan B1 and VC10. What about that? Vulcan B1. Hello.
Hello. Hi. How you doing?
I'm not bad. Yourself?
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Jerry. I'll give you my hand in a minute. Hold on a minute. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Nikki. Hey, really
Nice to meet you, Nikki. And this is Jilly, my technician, who's keeping us live, literally, with an umbilical. So we are live now to the world. So if you want to say hello to your mum.
Oh, hello.
So you're flying this, are you?
So I'm actually the commanding officer of 99 Squadron.
Oh, 99. We were just talking about the squadron.
Yes.
So that's great. That's great. So how long have you been with 99 then?
So this time round, I've been the boss for about a year already. It's the largest squadron in the Air Force. We have 8 of these fantastic C-17 and about 500 people from regular service, reservist service, civil servants, contracting, support that go towards getting these aircraft airborne.
So the majority of with it being the kind of theatres that it flies in, most taken up with training, is it, or is it actually a way?
Delivering the strategic lift that everyone needs around the world.
Humanitarian stuff as well, or?
Yeah, so we do the aeromedical evacuations, we do the humanitarian aid, the disaster relief. The last time that many have seen this on the news was when we did the repatriation for the Queen back into NORTON, for example. So this aircraft has so many roles, it's so versatile, and we can go from the big hub airports down to landing on the tactical strips as well.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Is its short takeoff and landing capability, and the bad ground that it can land on. Yeah, fantastic. Have you yourself taken it into any scenarios like that with a very short runway of gravel or something like that, or anything exciting like that? Or have you done the sands? Do they do the sands here?
Yeah, so we can land on something as long as it's proven to be strong enough to support the weight, because it's an incredible weight, this aircraft.
Yeah.
So we can go and land on, if it's a lake bed, we can do that. We tend to call it semi-prepared runway operations.
Right.
So, for example, if we need to build a tactical strip somewhere out of matting, we can go and do that.
Wow.
As I said, incredibly versatile aircraft.
Sorry, excuse me.
Got a problem with the audio, it's coming in and out.
Okay. Shall I restart? Shall I reboot? Jilly, it might not be the receiver. Just you need to just try and see whether it is, or you're just going to reboot it anyway.
I'm not on the normal system. I can see the audio.
Check 1 2. Sorry. Check 1 2 1 2.
It looks absolutely fine to me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. We'll just keep going. Yeah. So you enjoy flying it?
Oh, it's such an incredible aircraft to fly. It's so capable with the 4 Pratt & Whitney engines that we have. We can land on short strips, so we can land as short as 3,500 feet, for example. And it's the only aircraft where we can actually put the engines into reverse in the air,
Yes.
which creates such a massive amount of drag that we can get up to 20,000 feet per minute rate of descent.
Wow, so you
which
can
is
literally.
huge.
So your
for
glide slope's not going to be very.
No, so for those really tactical arrivals where we want to just get right above the airfield and descend right above,
Wow.
It's
Wow.
perfect for it.
And where do you train to do that kind of stuff?
So literally all over the world.
Really?
Yes. So we'll go out. So I've got crews out in Australia at the moment, training with our interoperability with the Americans, Canadians, and the Australians as well.
Wow.
All flying each other's C-17s.
No.
Which is brilliant. Out to Canada sometimes, all through the Middle East. Like I said, we literally train all over the world.
We were in Honolulu. Jilly, did we see? We saw RAF at Honolulu, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Was it C-17 or was it A400? I don't remember, but there was definitely a couple. I think they were.
I want to say it was Airfield.
Yeah. But anyway, I know what you're talking about because there were Luftwaffe there and all the other guys, Spanish and all those guys. So yeah. But what does she fly like in terms of her tactical capability in turns and going into a tight confinement in terms of approaching an airfield?
Yeah, so for such a large aircraft, it handles like none other that I've flown before. And actually, it's very rare for a big aircraft like this to have a stick rather than a yoke. So it's actually got a
Like a fighter?
Fast jet, yeah.
Wow, we'll have to have a look at that. That's incredible. I never knew that because I know it's a Boeing, isn't it?
It is a Boeing.
Yeah, so they didn't put a yoke in it.
No, I know.
That's incredible. Wow.
It was a Poseidon at Honolulu.
I was a Poseidon at Honolulu, so completely different. Okay, but anyway, yeah, no, that's incredible. It gives you a lot more room, I guess, but You know, that's quite a bit of getting used to, isn't it? If you're coming off an aircraft with a yoke or a side stick or something like that, I guess. But you've always been on the C-17, have you?
So I actually flew the BC-10.
No!
Yes, yes,
Oh
the
my
BC-10
goodness
is
me! Wow! Yeah, because I was just looking on the history of the squadrons that operate out of here, and it was 99 that had the VC-10.
So that was 10 and 101 squadron who had the BC-10. So,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I grew up as a young pilot on 101 squadron.
Wow.
And then came here as a squadron leader onto the C-17. I've done a few more tours, and now I'm back here again as the boss.
Wow, that's fantastic! What a tour!
Yeah, it's great.
But the Vulcan as well, but that was very elite, wasn't it? The Vulcan, in terms of the squadrons that operated them.
Yes, that was way back.
Yeah.
Things like the Black Buck Raid and everything like
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
incredible to read about what they did.
Incredible, yeah, and bravery and heroism and all that. But the VC-10, that would have been for air refueling, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Its
yeah.
main role was air refueling.
Yeah, and how was that as an aircraft to fly in terms of, you know, when you look at something old like that, which was probably analog, mainly
Yes,
analog?
Yes, very analog. So
Yeah,
we had
so
4 people on the flight deck, so 2 pilots,
Flight engineer.
flight engineer with all of the engine controls.
Wow.
So on the BC-10, for example, the engineer used to operate the throttles because they had all of the engine instruments to make sure we didn't surge.
So he'd be through the middle doing all of that sort of thing.
Oh, he
or-
had his own set. So
Oh,
voice
did he?
control
Oh,
throttles.
on his desk.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
of
So
course.
as a pilot flying that, the energy management was always the most difficult thing. 'Cause it's quite a slippy aircraft, is the only way to describe it.
Wow.
So you couldn't descend and slow down at the same time. You could pretty much only do one or the other. So energy management was always really important.
Wow.
And because the way the flight deck was set up, with the engineers controlling the throttles, because they the only people with the instruments, as I said, to make sure you didn't surge the engines, you would have effectively voice operated throttles, so you would call for a power. So learning to fly the aircraft was so very different, because instead of just doing natural pilot things, or I need to go a bit slower or descend a bit and do the.
So the pilots didn't have a throttle.
So we had throttles for when we needed them, but the engineer had control of them for the majority, not all of the time, but for the
Yeah,
majority
yeah.
of the time.
Wow, that takes some training. That does.
Yeah, you just have to control and
Yeah.
call out the numbers that you
A
want.
lot of faith as well. That he's
yes.
not like, you know, like, what's going on over there? You know, like on his phone or something. Well, it wouldn't be back then,
No,
would he?
no.
No, he'd be on his telephone, wouldn't he? But yeah, engine-wise, the Pratt & Whitney engine, 2000, isn't it?
It's Pratt & Whitney 117.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Same sort of engine, but obviously a military variant, but the sort of thing that goes on a 757 or a commercial
so,
jetliner,
I
yeah,
imagine so.
yeah. Reliable,
Yes. Yeah,
Powerful.
absolutely. Very powerful. That's part of the joy of this jet, actually. It's
is
so
it?
much, yeah.
The power delivery.
Yes, well, that's why we've got such a short field performance of 3,500
Yeah,
feet.
wow.
It's just the sheer thrust ratios.
Even when she's carrying a full load? Mind you, you're going in, aren't you? You're basically dropping stuff off more than you are.
Well, we always make
picking-
sure we can get airborne as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But yes, so all up weight is 585,000 pounds.
Wow.
This jet. So yeah.
That's
it's
a lot.
Pretty heavy.
So you can get what on it? You can get a decent tank on it, can you?
Yeah, so it was built by the Americans around the, I think it was one of their battle tanks.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it
was
very
it?
cleverly designed in terms of they designed the tank and the strength of the floor even to be able to take such a load, and then built the rest of the aircraft around it.
Wow, that's really interesting. So a helicopter's no problem at all, because
Yeah,
a
yeah.
tank could be what, 30 tons or something like that, or
Right.
20 tons, or
Yes, yeah.
whereas a helicopter's only like 10 tons maximum,
So it's
really.
such
Or,
an incredible aircraft. We tend
Yeah.
to run out of space before we run out of weight because it's been designed so well. How we can fit a Chinook helicopter in the back, you know, the largest helicopter, so that goes in the back. We can take a couple of
Chinook can go in the back of that.
Chinook
Obviously, you know, with everything broken down, but
Well, we take the blades off.
you take the blades off. but the undercarriage is obviously they roll it in, do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the loadmasters do an incredible job.
That's
It's a
insane.
loadmaster's aircraft because of the sheer amount of stuff we carry down the back. So it's got its own winch built in, so it will winch the helicopters, for example.
Wow.
up and into
Has
the
it got
air.
overheads as well, like the old IL-76?
No, it's
Just one at the front.
It's just one winch at the front. that
Yeah.
goes up. And what we'll do for some of the helicopters, because the height clearance is so tight, for example.
Yes.
So they have to winch it in a bit, and then they'll lift the ramp up slightly, and then winch it in a bit
Yeah,
more,
just
and then
to-
lift
just
the
to
ramp
help
up a
it,
bit
yeah,
more
yeah,
to
yeah.
just make sure that we can get it in without touching any of the sides.
Yeah, because you don't want something that big pinching the roof of your yeah. I noticed the undercarriage is quite unique, isn't it? With the 3 system there, must give it a lot of stability on the ground in terms of its.
Yeah, so we call that triple tandem is the name for it. Obviously, it's 2 sets of 3 wheels on side, so 12 in total.
which fold round when it goes up.
Yeah, so yeah, it's an interesting mechanism to bring the gear up. What that does though is that spreads the weight. So when we're looking at to make sure we don't sink through any of the tarmac or the runways that we fly onto.
Yeah, it's nice and evenly distributed, the weight.
Yeah, just allows us to get into those slightly softer surfaces, or if we're landing on attachment strips, for example.
And in terms of that, I mean, I know you said that you could activate the reversers at altitude to bring it down, which is obviously a unique feature for the military variant of the engine. You wouldn't want to do that in a 757 with 200 people on board. But yeah. So in terms of her stopping power as well, when you're on that short strip scenario and being able to kind of like on the same sort of level as an A400 in terms of its braking.
Certainly. In terms of stopping distances, yeah, the 3,500 is more for takeoff. It can stop on a dime comparatively for the weight itself.
Fantastic. Can we have a look on board?
Yeah, please come on board.
Thank you very much. We good, Jilly? Should we walk up through the ramp or go through this way? Yes, a bit of a step there, isn't there? Yeah. So, like you say, that's built like a brick. You know what? In order to take the weight of a 20, 30 ton machine. Wow, incredible. Yeah.
A couple of loadmasters down the back will give you some more detail around that kind of thing. And
yes.
One of the pilots on the flight deck will be flying on the V fly past on Monday. So,
oh, is he? Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. We kind of need to make sure we get all those. We got 1 minute. Oh, there's another quick run through the. Thank you. Right, lovely to meet you. Hello, mate.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, thanks, well.
Good stuff. Yes, thank you. Okay, look at this, folks. We've got to be really quick. We've got 1 minute. Okay, so there's the back door that folds down.
Right now, so you're welcome to do it in a minute.
Thank you. Who's the one who's flying the fly past?
So Mike, the captain.
He's up there now.
He'll be the captain next week as well.
Perfect.
The rest of us are
Loadmasters and Loadmaster or
yeah, the Loadmaster who will be on the fly past is actually flying today.
Oh, is he?
So not available, but yeah.
So this is an interesting station. Is this the guy that basically? Oh wow, look at that! So this is the guy that unloads everything out and just.
You can do. It's also just used for if you're just doing say, like a strap route. It's just a monitoring that everything's still locked in as it should be, and there are individual releases down the side.
That's incredible. It's certainly not like the old school system of just relying on because obviously the load system on a freighter is completely different than this kind of flooring, isn't it? This is much less stuff on this floor than a standard like 747 freighter or something like that.
We can make it look like that.
Oh, is it?
So this at the moment.
Oh, this all comes up, does it?
And it's really easy. It's a good design actually. So I'll just show you here.
Yeah. Oh, so you can reconfigure it.
You can just poke these little handles in.
Yeah.
And one loading.
Oh, you got rollers.
You can do this whole floor, and then actually, sorry, just mind your boot there for a moment.
Yeah.
This rail here will pop up.
So you can slide it through.
So your palletized freight comes on, and then you come to this sidewall panel here.
And that's primarily. Wow, yeah. That's it locked up on there. Wow. So that's primarily the system that would be used for rolling stuff out.
Yeah, that's right. So when freight comes on an aircraft pallet, that's the configuration that we would swap to.
Perfect.
It's kind of easy to swap back if you then get a helicopter or armored vehicle or something.
Absolutely.
You just roll it back to plastic.
Thank you, sir. Sorry to be so quick.
No problem.
Just got to.
Let you go and do what you
thank you very much. 1 minute. Hi there. I'm Jerry. Nice to meet you. You're doing the fly past on Monday?
Yes.
Excellent. Can we just have a quick look on the flight deck? Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Where are you from, Jerry?
From London.
Oh, nice.
And yourself?
Yeah, London as well.
Oh,
originally.
awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so very Boeing-y, isn't it? Very
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah.
yeah. And what the group commander, was it the squadron commander?
Yeah,
She was telling me was the central stick, which is the unique thing about this aircraft.
It is.
I wonder why they chose that configuration rather than a yoke. I'm guessing just room.
Yeah, I think as well because it's such a manoeuvrable plane. It flies so well that I think having a stick is so controllable.
Yeah,
compared to
yeah.
a big yoke.
So kind of a meeting in the middle between the yoke and the side stick. You've got the stick in the
exactly,
middle. Yeah. And I noticed that it's on that axis as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you have to sort of twist your hand a little bit to
Yeah,
get off.
fantastic. It's not that tight, is it? Really, it's quite
Really spacious. Like the visibility is incredible. Yeah, you get quite a few people up there.
And you got your HUD there as well, your head-up display.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Is she refueling this one? Does she refuel or
So the
take it on?
C-17 does. The Royal Air Force version does not.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. And she flies well.
Very well. Yeah. It's like for something so big, it flies really well. It's fast. It's agile.
Yeah.
It's got the range. Yeah.
So you can treat it like a sports car, even though she's got a big back end on her.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you've got to be a bit careful with a heavy load on her, or is she still capable of?
Still really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's
So the
one of
performance doesn't really drop that much.
Not a lot, no. It's one of the only planes in the world that can take off at maximum weight and land at maximum weight. We don't have to dump any fuel.
Interesting.
Or anything.
Wow. Oh, that is serious capabilities. So she must have good brakes on her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be able to stop something that weighs 200 tons in 3,500 feet runway, yeah.
Insane. And of course, the power of those 4 Pratt & Whitney engines as well, which I was also told you can put the reversers on during flight to slow the aircraft down even more.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's quite remarkable. Yeah.
Is that a separate setting for, or is that it's just the same setting that you use for decel on the runway?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it just happens to be in the air.
So you just pull them up, so.
Just like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
And there you go.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, sir, so you're flying on Monday.
I'm indeed.
And how long have you been with the RAF?
18 years.
Wow, and this must be an honour to do this. Is it your first time?
Actually, it's not my first time.
Oh, is it not?
No, I took part in the King's coronation flight past and also both the King's birthdays. So,
Wow, that's an honour, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge privilege to do something like this.
Yeah. And so in terms of, because you got history of it now. So in terms of the forming of the display aircraft, does that happen over one position, or do you all come in on a preset sort of navigational path?
Yeah, so we'll form up in a set location separately, and then we will be separated by time on a flight path, and then we will slowly close up so that we're all over the target with a 45 seconds interval between us to keep us all separated.
Nice.
So yeah, the sort of gap you'll see is intentional.
Yeah, that's quite a big gap, isn't it? 45 seconds.
Absolutely,
yeah. That's about half the time it takes to put an aircraft out of Heathrow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. So, because I guess that is aesthetically it looks good as well, doesn't it? It makes it look longer, you know. But also the wash, any kind of like turbulent air that you're getting from wakes of aircraft in front, especially the smaller stuff.
Yeah. I mean, flying relatively low anyway in something so big and fast. You know, we're going to be doing over 300 miles an hour across the ground. It's bumpy enough as it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, to keep the separation from wake turbulence.
And if it's hot as well, you've got a little bit of thermal activity going on. Well, because of buildings below you and all that kind of stuff. Wow.
And flying that low over London is quite
Oh, you're going to love it though, mate, aren't you? You know, I mean, is it all RNAV? Are you doing it manually? Or is there a set into your MCDU?
Yeah, so we will build it all in the computer, and
oh, okay.
The majority of it will be left to the aircraft to fly, and we will be there managing the speeds and things like that. But,
fantastic.
The latter end, we'll probably fly ourselves.
Oh, it must be great.
It is.
How'd you sleep the night before? Really? Come on.
It's hard to sleep the night before. The anticipation, the excitement, the adrenaline. It's tricky because we want to perform, to our best. So we'll make a good show.
But you're relying on a great aircraft to take you through it, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
Great team as
fantastic.
well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So there'll be what, 3 of you on the flight deck?
Yeah, there'll be 4 of us actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So we'll have the 2 pilots in the front seat, and we've got 2 other pilots with us, just to make sure, keep us honest.
Are you in front of or behind the Atlas?
We're behind it. Yeah. So that's going to form up with the Voyager, and then we'll be sat.
Is there a little bit of height separation as well, or is it direct? Is it?
No, yeah. So there is a slight bit of height separation. Yeah. The A400 will sit below the Voyager, and then we will be level with that. Yeah.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. Wow. So how many more in front of you? I guess you're going to be leading the front end, aren't you?
Yeah. So the only aircraft in front of us will be the A400 and Voyager in a formation, and then in front of them is the BBMF Battlebrim Memorial Flight, so the Lancaster.
Before you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's at the very front of the pack.
Oh, because they don't want any weight.
No.
They definitely don't want any weight.
And also, what a fitting aircraft to do VE Day. So.
To start it off, yeah. Incredible. That alone, the Lancaster is another whole story in terms of, how it served us and how Rolls-Royce saved our bacon.
Oh, absolutely.
Really,
yeah.
So, but that is another story. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And don't worry if you sort of like accidentally get a little bit of a wing wavy sort of like thing going on. Okay, mate.
Yeah,
Lovely to meet you. Oh, let me give you a sticker so you know who I am.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I met this guy today. Where was he from? He had something written on his hat. Big Jet TV. Right,
Oh,
so there you go, there's a couple.
Thanks
for
very
you.
much, appreciate it.
Nice one.
Yeah, nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much.
Cheers.
Take care, all the
Take
best.
care, you too.
Have a good flight.
Yeah, thanks.
Enjoy it.
Mike, just stay there a second, please.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right, no worries.
Back down. Fantastic. So look at this, folks. It's a great big area, isn't it? It's a very big area. Of course, where's the tow hitch? I'm guessing there's cameras and stuff up there, isn't there? Tow hitch is. See, this is interestingly enough, folks. When you look at all of this, that's what's behind the plastic on your aeroplane, the composite that lines the fuselage of a commercial jetliner. As you can see there, these sorts of panels here hide all that kind of stuff. It's just like your house, really. Behind the walls is a right hodgepodge of cables and wires and all that kind of stuff. But look at all this stuff here, all the ancillaries, all the hooks for loading. Wow, fantastic. Slide down door. Here's your seating for air crew, and for anybody really. That's repatriation, soldiers, and so on and so forth. And I'm guessing they will definitely also have a system of putting probably a couple of 100 seats in here as well. Let's just ask him. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Regarding the seating, obviously you can also fit it out with seats.
Yeah, that's right.
If it was to be used for troop movement, for example.
It can be used for that. So you have your 54 sidewall seats. There's an additional 48 seats stored on the door up there.
Okay.
So we'd fit that before the task. So that would get you up to 102. And then if you had even more than that, we can do our palletized seat fit, which gets you up to 138.
Right.
And yeah, that's our sort of max figure during normal operations.
So these those testing stations that I saw, the fake back ends over there where they're using the back end, are they A400s or C-17s?
A400s only.
Yeah.
We don't have like a cargo trainer in the UK.
Right.
When we do our initial training, we go to Brisbane for that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's kind of a cool first 3 months to your career.
And that's 3 months, is it?
Yeah.
Training in Brisbane.
Yeah, learning from instructors over there. Do a
How much fun is that?
Oh, it's brilliant. In the middle of Brisbane with someone like Gerard, similar to you, learning how to do it from the Australians, and then you just get the conversion course from the UK from your home.
Oh, great people to learn from, the Aussies though, eh?
Yeah,
I bet they're great.
We do shared exercises with them now. So
Well, the RAF, I mean, obviously they come in quite regular. Well, it's like you flying all over the world. They do the same thing, so, you know.
And yeah, global dexterity, we go over to Brisbane, American crews go over with their C-17s, and we all interchange. You have an Australian pilot, you know, UK loadmaster.
Fantastic.
You
Oh, mate, what a life, what a life. Meeting all those different people and, like you say, same bit of kit, but a different challenge, different challenges and different exercises and offloading. And have you done any sky drops or anything like that?
No, I'm not airdrop.
Oh, okay. Right.
So depending on the squadron you are, but no, we just I've done it on sort of strap moves.
Yeah.
A to B. For the most part, yeah.
Awesome. Lovely to meet you again. Thanks, Max.
Yeah,
Take care. All the best. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. How about that? How about that? How cool was that?
No idea because I can't see anything.
Oh, APU. Now let me have a think. Don't tell me. Just trying to think of the. There it is. Okay, so the APU is on the other side, as you can see. Looking like they're getting that aircraft ready to go, you know. Wouldn't it be great if we could? Are they likely to be moving? That looks like she's kind of ready to go. APU's on.
They're
and
going in a bit. They are taking off.
See the toilet truck's gone. Oh, in an hour.
Yeah, they're just getting the aircraft ready.
So how often do you fly then? I mean, is it regular sort of? Because you've got to.
Hugely varies. So,
yeah.
We're doing training sorties and training for operations. The operational tempo varies depending on what's going on in the world. So we've got a lot of routine operations that we support, but also lots of last-minute stuff. So air medical evacuation, humanitarian crisis after natural disaster. So there's a huge mix. So our flight tempo goes up and down depending on global events.
Yeah, but you're still at the same time training for the extreme stuff in terms of
exactly.
short takeoff and landing stuff and those kind of exercises.
The aircraft for its kind of full capability. So
yes.
The routine and kind of cargo loads don't require that many specialist skills, but we might be on the hook for some more kind of specialist stuff like the aeromedical evacuation, like getting into unusual airfields and strip landings, stuff like that. So we have to train for that all the time because the live operations are very rare.
Yes, of course, yeah, thankfully.
Thankfully. So the only exposure we get is training.
So have you used the reversers in flight yourself?
So personally, no. It's a capability that the aircraft has. It's the only aircraft in the world that can do it. You can reach momentarily a rate of about 20,000 feet per minute.
That's insane.
Which is absolutely insane. But even without the reversers, the aircraft's got an incredible rate of descent.
Has it?
And for a huge aircraft, it's tiny.
Yeah. Because it's only 42 metres across, isn't it? Yeah. It's half the size of a 380.
Yeah, so
it's insane.
So the winglets, so those winglets are about 9 feet tall on the edge of the wing. So the original design had those kind of flat extending the wing, but by bringing them up, you get the same amount of lift. But you shorten the wing, which means you can land on smaller jets.
Yeah, you got more clearance.
Yeah.
That's the key thing with one of these things, isn't it? To keep it compact, maximise its capability. Interesting that she was saying about the fact that it was built around an Abraham's tank.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, so it's designed to get into short strips in hostile environments with a huge cargo load. That's what we're making it.
We're going to lose our audio now, Pete. Thanks, mate. Look after yourself. Are you going to be on board on the?
No, I'm not flying on board that. I don't fly hot anymore.
Awesome.
Mainly supervision and other stuff.
Nice to meet you. Cheers, Pete. APU's on, that's it, we're done. How cool is that though? It's getting louder and louder, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Oh, they're going in an hour, man. Oh wow, look, it's got 2 APUs. Look, there's heat coming out of both sides, man. That's interesting, isn't it? So, no exit for the APU. There's no smoke coming off of it. It's that. That's the intake. Is that the exit? Yeah, that intake there, I think that's the exit there, which is interesting because it's clean, isn't it? You know, normally that would be all sooty and... But anyway, so it's got 2 APUs then. Has it got 2 APUs? It's got 2 APUs. Is the APU in there?
No, the APU's on the far side.
Oh, okay. So what's the heat coming out of this one then, on that side? Is that just the air packs or on the left side?
Yeah, the APU's on the right, so I think that'll just be residual.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. I've got you. Yeah. I was going to say, because otherwise it would be all sooty, wouldn't it? Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's symmetrical and it just builds into that kind of area.
Yes, yeah. Well, there's a lot of masts underneath, man. It's a lot of connectivity, should I say. Yeah, probably won't say any more.
We've got so many different radios.
Yeah. Funky shot. Funky shot, Jilly. Funky shot. You're not seeing it, are you?
What's that?
The funky shot.
No.
There, look. Look. Wow. Now you see these folks, these here. Interesting that there's one on each, but they're pretty big, aren't they? They're basically strakes or vortex generators. They basically clean up the airflow around the engine because the engine is a very, it disturbs the air quite a lot. Wow, she's on the turn, man. Wow, look at the heat coming off of that building over there, Jilly.
Oh yeah, that's weird. I can't see that.
That's crazy.
I've just been waiting for us since that guy said 1 minute. But everybody's still here, so...
No, what's happened is they've taken the other lot back in the bus.
No, they haven't. The bus is...
Oh, here it comes now. Well, folks. Well, folks, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Listen, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you this afternoon. We're going to be live this afternoon from Heathrow. Obviously, it's a couple of hours back. Well, yeah, about an hour, about a couple of hours probably. But we'll see you this afternoon. Take care. See you. Bye bye.